Episode 700. Yishu nodded.
Oh, all right. I'll take Dancing Rain.
Chen Guo let out a puzzled exclamation, and Tao Xuan's face also showed a hint of surprise. But in the end, he said nothing, just nodded.
Fine, I'll keep my word.
Thank you.
Well then.
Tao Xuan turned around as he spoke.
I never thought I'd get the chance to say that to you. See you in the match.
I figured as much. See you in the match.
Yishu said it calmly. Tao Shen left. Shen Guo leaned on the window and watched as he walked out of the internet cafe, strode across the street without hesitation or a backward glance, and stepped through the doors of Excellent Era across the way.
You two were close friends before, weren't you?
Chen Guo asked Yishu. Yishu acknowledged with a grunt, then walked over to the coffee table, picked up the cigarette he'd retrieved from the floor, lit it in silence, and stepped out of the room.
Where are you going?
To the game. You coming?
Yishu turned back, his smile still in place.
Of course.
Shen Guo quickly followed, her heart now greatly calmed. She was starting to realize that worrying about Yishu was always unnecessary. In box 213, Chen Guo and Yishu logged into the game together. For the past couple of days, Shen Guo had been his training partner, so they always logged in and out from the same spot. The moment he logged in, Yishu spotted a scorched mark on the ground. After a brief pause, he spun Lord Grimm in a full 360, scanning his surroundings in an instant. He called out to Chen Guo, his voice sharp with alarm.
Run!
What?
Chen Guo's chasing haze had just come online when she heard Yishu's shout. Before she could even react, a cascade of light and shadow descended like a net.
What's going on?
Shen Guo only had time to let out a startled cry before the screen erupted in a dazzling display of colors. She quickly snapped back to attention, trying to move chasing haze, but after just 2 steps, she was frozen in place. A barrage of attacks kept chasing haze locked in a relentless stun, her health steadily draining away. Chen Guo quickly popped a health potion, but it didn't help at all.
It's over.
Shen Guo understood. Her reaction had been too slow after all. The reason she could take those first few steps wasn't that the enemy's attacks missed. It was simply that a freshly logged-in character has 3 seconds of invincibility. But after that, the enemy's attacks immediately took effect. Chen Guo never even got the chance to make chasing haze dodge. In an instant, a blinding blaze of color filled his vision. He couldn't even tell how many skills had slammed into chasing haze. The status icons beside the character's portrait were packed in so thick, they looked like maggots squirming on a rotting corpse. Dense, crawling, utterly disgusting. With things this bad, Shen Guo had already given up all hope. She could only whip her head around toward Yishu. An ambush like that, she was certain it was aimed at Yishu. Yishu's hands were a blur of motion, flying across the mouse and keyboard in a relentless rhythm. His expression was grim, a clear sign that this was no easy fight. On his screen, Lord Grimm was moving at high speed, attack after attack streaking past him in a blur of light. It was enough to make Chen Guo's heart clench. A system prompt sound effect pierced through the cacophony of attacks, reaching Chen Guo's ears with startling clarity. She knew her chasing haze had finally fallen. She quickly opened her equipment screen and checked. Her weapon was still there. Chen Guo let out a long sigh of relief. Then she saw that she had dropped a ring, just a dungeon blue item, nothing too precious. She shrugged it off without a second thought. From his floating soul perspective, he could survey the entire battlefield from above, but the soul vision only rendered in black and white, so the skill effects on Chen Guo's screen became an indistinguishable blur. Fortunately, those skills all stopped after taking down chasing haze. Shen Guo was looking for where Yishu's Lord Grimm was when a gray streak shot straight across her screen. A character's soul was formless, so this one had simply flown past from where its soul resided, creating that sensation of it pressing directly into view. Chen Guo took one look at that gray shadow streaking past and thought, "Isn't that Lord Grimm?" A propeller spun overhead. He'd used a mechanic's rotor wing skill to fly past. Then Chen Guo saw a witch on a broomstick swoop in at an angle, leap midair, and swing that broom straight at Lord Grimm. Lord Grimm quickly retracted his mechanical wings and, before the witch's broom could come down, fired a shot. A gunshot rang out, fire spitting from the muzzle. The witch was knocked down by the blast, and Lord Grimm used the recoil to veer sideways through the air. But mid-flight, he suddenly drew his sword and plunged toward the ground with a silver light slash. Almost simultaneously, a brilliant sword light streaked across the sky. The Blade Master's skill, sword falls from the sky. The sword light cascaded down like a river of stars, brushing past Lord Grimm's shoulder. Clearly, if Lord Grimm hadn't executed that urgent silver light falling blade, he would have been struck down by that sword fall from the sky. But even as that strike missed, a second was already upon him. A dark red blade shadow, overwhelmingly domineering, arced down toward Lord Grimm before he could even touch the ground. The Berserker's skill, Blood Shadow Wild Slash, could be delivered as either a vertical chop or a horizontal sweep. The Berserker's horizontal slash was already sweeping in. Lord Grimm, still midair, had no room to dodge. Then, with a flick of his sword and a sharp clang, he met the attack head-on, a parry, offense turned defense. The essence of a parry is attack meeting attack, so the final outcome is determined by the power of both strikes. Lord Grimm's level was too low, and he wasn't using any skills. There was no way he could match Blood Shadow's blade in a contest of force. Blood Shadow's wild slash sent Lord Grimm's defensive stance flying to the side. The dark red blade continued its horizontal sweep, looking like it was about to cut Lord Grimm clean in half at the waist. Then came another crisp clang. Lord Grimm's umbrella sword in his right hand was parried aside, but the umbrella shaft in his left hand swung right back in. Double blade, two-strike flow. Chen Guo was taken aback. She had watched Ye Shu play for a long time, but this was the first time she'd seen the myriad manifestations umbrella pull off a twin blades two-current attack. This type of attack required the right weapon as a foundation. Among the vast array of weapons in Glory, only the dual blades of the Dark Knight class fit the bill. Among the 4 dark attribute classes, Assassin, Thief, Ninja, and Warlock, none could wield the twin blade severing flow quite like the Assassin. The player most famous for this in the Pro League was Yang Kong of Team 301. His character, Scene Killer, wielded the silver weapon Dancing Blades, the most famous pair of twin daggers in Glory. An assassin who chooses twin blades but doesn't master the twin blade severing stream is wasting their potential. Yang Kong's twin blade severing stream technique was absolutely solid. In truth, the reason he made it to the All-Star team was purely down to his skill and performance. The character Scene Killer wasn't exactly a standout in the league.